Hey, I'm Emma and I'm an energy healing guide. I'm with Christy today and I'm going to walk her through a past life regression to heal and clear up some things that have been coming up around guilt in her, building her own business. So, thanks, Christy, for doing this with me. Do you want to explain a little bit about when you're feeling guilt or what you were telling me before about maybe helping people more with their businesses?
Yeah, thanks, Emma. So, what I've really noticed with myself and the feeling of guilt, right, is that as I've been developing my own thing, you know, I've as I've laid out like each different building block that comes, to building my website or social media or whatever, it entails, even newsletters, right? It's like I always, in the little moments, get this sense of guilt, like you're not supposed to be doing this for yourself. You need to be allotting that time to someone else or someone else's dreams and visions. And it's like I'm not allowed to myself. That's the feeling I get. So it's a shame on you, or if you don't feel guilty, then it's a storyline of um like you're not enough or you're not worth that sort of thing. And then it needs to be placed somewhere else to instead feed into their stuff. And it's been a very, how do we want to say it? It's been an interesting journey because, I was like, yep, I'm just gonna, um, build it up this way and it's gonna be easy, streamlined, um, good. But instead, I've come across these obstacles of um, guilt, shame, unworthiness, and it's made it extremely difficult.
Yeah. Thanks for explaining all that. And we when we do these things like these energy healing tools like past life regression, clearing up generational contracts, clearing up our own emotions, it's a building block. Like you were saying, building blocks, it's a constant layer after layer after layer, and we'll remove some things and then we'll hit up against something else. So we're going to remove some of that today, and I think it's going to help you to get further along in your business and in doing the things you want to do. But we may butt up against, more of these later on, but it'll be interesting to see what comes up today. I know we were talking before this that I was getting the psychic message that we need to really focus on guilt. And so when you brought up this information, it really resonated like, okay, yep, we're on the right track. So we're going to see what comes up today. And we may release more than just guilt because shame sounds like it's in there too, and we're in unworthiness. So normal things that
Yeah.
we run into as business owners that, who are we? Who are we supposed to be, teaching other people, or we're trying to pour that effort into our own stuff when other people are struggling, or maybe we identify with somebody else's business more. So I get all of this because I hit up against these things all the time too. And it's really cool when we release them. So okay, we're gonna do this past life thing now. So just close your eyes, and we've done several of these together, so it should be similar. So with your eyes closed, let's just kind of focus on centering our body here. Take in a deep breath in through your nose, then exhale it out through your mouth. So now here in your meadow, let's see if maybe there's a place for you to sit, or you see somebody in the distance or somebody waiting for you to guide you on this journey. Just let me know what you're witnessing right now.
Almost on a mountainy, it's more than hillside, like a mountain with really beautiful flowers popping out.
Wow. Is there a guide with you?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, do what feels right here. Does it feel right to sit? Does it feel right to walk around?
Sit.
Is it okay? Well, we're going to call in either a spirit guide or angel or even Lakshmi or Kuan Yin or even Archangel Gabriel or Archangel Ariel or Archangel Michael, whomever wants to help you with this journey today. And just let me know what happens and who comes to you.
Mm, an angel.
Okay. Do you know who this angel is? Do they want to identify themselves?
I can't identify him right now,
Okay.
but
That's
yeah, she's there.
all right. Good. Well, we don't always need to know who they are. We just know that they're here to help. So, okay. So let's ask this angel now to help guide you through a past life to release guilt. So just let me know what happens.
Well, she's definitely showing me there's a lot tied to it.
Is she showing you different past lives or where is she taking you?
She took me to my, I guess she would have been my great grandma, my grandma on my mom's side, so my mom's mom, my mom's mom's mom.
Okay.
She took me to her generation. Not necessarily a different past life of mine, but almost like me living through her lens.
Yeah.
Does
So,
that make
yep.
sense?
So we're clearing up a generational thing right now. Okay. Perfect. So just keep telling me what's going on.
Yeah, and it's like there's limited information I know about her, but I know generationally that she felt really stuck and tied down and uncertain of direction. And I wouldn't be surprised if there was a lot of, guilt and shame that lived within her in multiple different facets.
Okay.
And I find it interesting because her daughter, so my grandma, she opened her own business um, within the psychology education realm after a divorce and prior career path. And it's almost like my grandma slash her daughter was also trying to help break these, generational bonds. Um, and so it's like I'm looking through her lens at that time, and she's like laying in her bed, just feeling stuck.
Wow. Okay. Ask this angel, what do you need to do and understand about this to clear it?
The angel's like, "You need to reroute, honey. You need to reroute." And she's like drawing this like reroute, sign that you'd see in a street. So it's like you need to turn around. So when you see yourself approaching, where you're feeling good and confident and ready within your own self and abilities, but then you hit that point of feeling like, oh, nope, I'm not allowed that. That would mean, certain um, narratives were true. She says you need to, once you hit that, don't keep going forward and feeding into it. Hit it and go back to, nope, focus on you. So focus on what you're allowed to do, what you're allowed to bring, um, not for anyone else, not to please anyone else, not to deflect from self, but to honor myself. And I can see the angel kind of showing me through my great grandma that she fed into that. She went straight into that. That's why she was so debilitated and stuck. And I feel that right now. I feel that off of her. And it's really icky. It's really sad.
Wow. Okay. So ask this angel if there's something that you can physically move off or out of this line. Is there a contract? Is there a cord? Is there energy that you need to get off of you and off of these generations before you?
This cord that are surrounding the belief system of that, like, someone else's dreams and ideas are more important or take precedence over mine. And, this unwritten rule that, um, putting someone else's ideas first and foremost and believing in theirs more than believing myself is better. Again, this unwritten rule of that's how it is. That's what she's showing me to break. And she is showing me that my grandma had already tried to do that, but it couldn't break fully then. She couldn't get it to fully sever.
Wow. Can you enlist your grandma in helping you break that cord now, since to finish what she started?
I mean, she's there, she's ready, she's willing. She's like, let's pick up those axes and whatcha. She's like, I tried this and it just wasn't enough to last at the time. And she's showing me that with where she was at her age and, generationally, with the era she lived in, she only had so much wiggle room and capability, um, to cut so much with the cord, but that she couldn't get fully unstuck. And so as we're lifting the axes, she's like, you have the tools. You have the tools now. She's like, I wish I was there in person to show you what it could be, to help guide you through it. But although I'm not there, you still have that within, and it's like you get to be the one to use your voice and break the cord of not speaking up. That's also like intertwined. The cord of being the one that's willing to be so understanding and to give instead of be the one to allow that support and help within to nourish my own being and ideas. So it's pretty hefty stuff there.
Wow. That made me really emotional, actually, just hearing that.
Mm,
That your grandma's supporting you still, on the other side, and tried to do this for herself. So you get to carry this torch now for her,
mm.
for your family. So have you severed it? Has it been severed? Do you need to still do more with the cords?
We're about to sever it. I didn't get to know her from adult to an adult. She died when I was just, gosh, I think exiting high school. And it just like, we never got that opportunity, unfortunately. And so I didn't think that she thought much of me in the sense of like, what lineage would look like someday. But I think she did. And I think she wanted to be able to dive into that. And so that's pretty profound to me to be feeling and witnessing. And
Yeah. Well, I'll teach you how to talk to her too, if you want, on the other side, because I have the same with my grandmother. She passed away when I was 14, and she's given me a lot of guidance since then.
mm,
It sounds like your grandma will be really helpful for you too in building your business.
yeah, I'm really curious and interested about that. Because I mean this chord has kept me stuck for like over a decade when the first like ever thought or idea of my own business flourished. And it like I could never figure out why don't you just do it? Why can't you? And it's like been trekking in some very like I don't know, we'll call it quicksand, like just not being able to move forward and people wondering why not. And I'm like, I don't know, I can't even figure it out. And it kind of felt like a big excuse for a while, but I knew there was something more. I knew there was something more um going on and things that I had inherited that I just like couldn't figure out. And well, now it's becoming more obvious.
Yeah. Yeah, this is amazing. I'm glad we're clearing this up for you today. Let me know, do you need more help than just your grandmother and the angel to clear these cords? Are they that big, that thick? And if so, ask for it.
Honestly, I think I need them all.
You need
This is
all that.
like,
Yeah.
it almost feels like this big freaking like licorice string that's
Yeah.
like too gooey to chop through.
Yeah.
And it
Okay.
needs every bit of support.
Let's call in any archangels that can help with clearing this cord, all of your spirit guides and angels, and anybody else from your generations and even soul family to help clear this cord, these cords, I think. And we're also at the same time as you're receiving this help, I want you to repeat after me to clear this. So you can say it in your head or say it out loud. Let's start with I hereby clear, clean, and release any past life or generational contracts, cords, or energies associated with guilt and shame and being stuck
Mm.
in this past, present, future, and any generational timelines at a cellular and soul level. Do you feel it moving or see it?
Yeah, it just kind of like almost like a snake slithering away. It's like both halves of that cord are slithering away from each other. Oh,
Wow. Amazing.
I think I just dipped my hand in my coffee cup accidentally.
It was
Like, what
your
is that?
clearing, you're clearing yourself. That's
Yes. Oh my
amazing. Is there anything else your grandma wants to say to you in this moment?
God, like her eyes are filled with a lot of hope
Mm,
and like a lot of stored pain, but a lot of belief in me, which is pretty powerful.
yeah. I know you've had a lot of stuff on that family line. And as you're clearing this up for yourself, don't forget you're clearing this up for anybody else that's from that line too, you know? Like your brothers and your mom and any cousins, aunts or uncles. Yeah. Ask the angel if there's anything else you need to do to clear this or move on from this. No?
Not at the moment, no.
Perfect. All right. Well, let's thank the angel and anybody else who helped you to clear this, your grandma, if she's still there, and ask the angel to guide you back to your meadow. Find yourself back in your body, feet in feet, hands in hands, head in head. And when you're ready, open your eyes.
This is so hard reopening my eyes after these.
Yeah.
I forget there's a world, a bright world out there. Ah.
So what do you feel after all of that? Do you have any thoughts or emotions?
Yeah, I think it's like it's very empowering, but yet also at the same time, I mean, I do feel like a weight was lifted off of my chest, like a I can gasp for air, like what's been weighing them down for decades and in their lives and what, was transferred to me. It's like it's taken a lot of peeling layers, and it's taken a lot of being intentional and purposeful and uh, humbleness, destruction of ego to be like, it could end here. It could end with me. In a lot of ways, it already is. And, cutting this cord could really help be the catalyst for, you know, proceeding forward with the business in the ways that I want it or opening up, another opportunity or realm that I'm unaware of right now. So it's really cool. It's really cool. It feels like it's going to expand a lot of different horizons.
I think so. Yeah, it's amazing what gets passed down through generations to us. I even yesterday was clearing up something on my family line that was on my mom's dad's side, that was like a curse or something from the 1400s. And I asked my mom yesterday, this curse seemed to be related around failure and not having wealth. And I asked my mom yesterday, do you recall, did grandpa's family, did any of them have wealth? Any, his parents before that? And she said, I'm pretty sure that I can't recall anybody who had a lot of wealth in our family. And she doesn't know several family lines up, definitely not to the 1400s, but
Yeah.
she felt weird after I cleared it up, and she was like, "What did you do to me?" Because I felt it so strong coming off of my body. And it's amazing just to know that a lot of the stuff isn't even ours. Like, we didn't cause ourselves to feel stuck or this or that. Or maybe we did, but a lot of it comes from before us. And we can see that in our parents and in their parents. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the cool thing is it's knowing just how much the generations before me struggled, and it helped relieve some guilt and shame for me of like, okay, well, this isn't only happening to me. This has happened to a lot of other people in my family line, and I see it in other people's families and themselves. And um, so it's like this, like, girl, you're right around the corner from um getting rid of so much more of it even just now because it's it doesn't have to continue to be my wiring. And that's really exciting. It's really exciting.
Yeah. And just the fact that your grandma tried to clear up this stuff so long ago, that just gives me, I guess, chills, goosebumps to think about, wow, you got to finish what she started and ate her.
Yeah, it's it can bring up some fear, but at the same time it's like, thanks Grandma for starting it. I will try and finish that off, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wow.
so interesting.
I'm just so excited. I'm really excited for you in this business. And I know you're going to help so many people. You've already helped me with certain things. So it's going to be really amazing. And the more we can clear up with these things, the better off you're going to be. Yeah.
Thank you. I agree. There's like finally this clarity around what is that um, you know, specific stuff that I can help people with instead of feeling like, okay, I have all this knowledge and experience, but where and what way? And now it's like there's so much more clarity in this like aha and who can move forward and shift and change it to how you need. And it's yeah. So thank you for doing this with me
Yeah, of
and
course.
whatnot.
Anytime. Yeah. When we first started working together, was it last year? Now, like, you didn't know what you wanted to do. And so now it's just really fun to see that you're on this path. And we're just going to keep doing these tools and techniques so that we can keep you on the track of success.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
Yay. All right. Well,
Beautiful.
thanks, Christy. Appreciate it. And if anybody else wants to do something like this with me, if you're feeling stuck, if you're running into any obstacles, send me a message and we can talk about how it works. Okay, everybody, have a great rest of your day.